As you can hear behind me, it's still going on right now. The pipe has been replaced. Everyone has water, but that large hole behind me, it's still there. Crews are here as well, and we have a better idea of what they're going to be doing. Whether you want to grow some green or make some green, a cannabis conference this weekend is giving future DC growers and entrepreneurs a crash course in how to do it. And in southeast DC, you can still see and smell the leftovers of what happened here last night. 3 of the shootings happened over several hours on this 2-block stretch of Hayes Street Northeast near the Mayfair Mansions apartments. The first of the 3 marking the district's first homicide of 2016. It's a piece of life-saving equipment that should be in every home and apartment in the city. A smoke detector. And today the DC Fire Department got some help to make sure that's the case.
I was on an LST. That was an amphibious ship that landed on the beach. And we carried soldiers and mechanisms. It was a hell of a day, really.
Frank Shea was only a week past his 18th birthday when he drove that LST onto Omaha Beach.
4,000 ships and thousands of smaller craft were heading south.
He remembers it like it was yesterday and recalls how chance saved the boat he was in.
There was another ship that cut, an LST that cut in front of us and hit a mine and blew in half. And all I can remember is those young soldiers floating in the water past us. It's terrible.
The Honor Flight program was responsible for getting Shea and dozens of other D-Day veterans here for the ceremony, one that included General Dwight D. Eisenhower's granddaughter reading the letter that urged Allied troops into Fortress Europe.
I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory.
And with fewer of these chairs being reserved for veterans each year, it falls to the children of the greatest generation to ensure their legacy doesn't fade.
Every one of us, I think on a daily basis, learn from them their work ethic and what America stands for. And I think that we all, every day, live their dream.
The people of this nation will never forget our World War II veterans.
Cameron Thompson, WUSA 9.
All right, George, you ready? Set, George, go!
It's not as easy as you might think. But I, along with a few dozen other people who had been pre-selected, spent the morning at the Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy in Southeast trying to become the next racing president.
Go!
The Washington Nationals say they're looking for people with enthusiasm, personality.
And the other thing is obviously, you know, athleticism. You want to be able to finish the race. We got a certain time in that mid-4, so I want to make sure you can get out the field before MLB tries to find us.
And that athleticism, or lack thereof, was on display for all to see. While others committed the mascot's cardinal sin.
TJ squeaked it out.
No.
What? Ain't no talking in costume, you guys know that.
As for the people beneath the mascot heads,
it was like running like this, kind of. I was all over the place. It was great.
They range from retirees.
So I really put the gas to the pedal, and then suddenly, instead of passing Abe, I leaped past him onto the ground, which is not the goal.
To students. Why'd you want to try out?
Because I'm crazy. And it's on my bucket list.
Now, when it was finally my turn, I had to go with a shoeless Thomas Jefferson approach since my shoes weren't exactly made for running, and while I had a rough start, get the forehead, you know. There's the battle scars of the racing presidents right here. When it came down to crunch time, I pulled off the come-from-behind win and gave Tom one more curly W.
Victory pose, ready, and go.
From Southeast DC, Cameron Thompson, WUSA 9.
Holy crap, and I tried to brake, but obviously that didn't work. And I'm not even sure, I think I'm gonna hit the scar road, but I haven't got out yet and checked it out because I'm just like too scared.
No more than 10 minutes into our trip around the Beltway, we came across our first crash in Montgomery County. Miranda says she was switching out of the fast lane when her car started to fishtail.
And then I have no idea how, but I came across these 4 lanes and ended up on this hill. I didn't hit any other car, it was like a miracle. And I did a 360 probably twice.
And she wasn't the only one who found themselves making a bigger lane change than they were planning. Because of the ice, I was all the way on the other side of the road and slid over here. That's because of the ice. And in Prince George's County, we found the aftermath of a crash that stunned one woman who saw it happen.
It slid all the way out from back there, it spun around, and then he slid out the car. Somehow he was sliding on the ground out the car. And then it went and smashed into that wall.
And as you can see, both driver and passenger were up and walking afterwards. Now, these are just 3 examples of what can happen when driving through this kind of wintry mix, and it's why people are urged to drive carefully or stay off the roads altogether if they can, leaving more room for emergency responders and salt trucks to do their work. Thankfully, in our 3 cases, everyone seems to be okay.
I am blessed, yes.
Reporting from all over the Beltway, Cameron Thompson, WUSA 9.